Imagine a world where sleep isn't a thing. No yawning, no need for beds, no hitting snooze, just endless hours to do whatever you want. What would life look like if humans never needed sleep? Welcome to Beyond the Norm, the channel where we dive deep into the mind-bending possibilities that challenge reality. If you're into exploring questions that push the limits of imagination, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a thought-provoking dive like this one. Sleep takes up about 1/3 of our lives. That's over 25 years if you live to be 75. And all that time, spent lying down, still, dreaming, resting, suddenly becomes available. But what if we didn't need it anymore? What if, instead of recharging our bodies and minds with sleep, we had all those extra hours to do whatever we wanted? In today's video, we're exploring a sleepless world where humans simply don't need sleep anymore. Trust me, the changes would be wild, and we're going to break it down. Let's start with our bodies. We know sleep is crucial. It's our time to recharge resting muscles, strengthening memory, regulating hormones, and clearing out toxins from the brain. Without sleep, we would need some new way to refresh. Maybe we'd rely on something like rest modes, short bursts of low energy states, similar to meditation or deep relaxation. In this state, our bodies would stay alert but not fully active. It's like a reset button for our entire system, and it could actually make us more efficient in the long run, allowing us to be fully functional at all times. But here's the real kicker: would we still age the same way? Without sleep, we might not have the same biological processes that repair cells and tissues. Could this speed up aging? How would our immune systems handle the lack of recovery time? If our bodies never fully shut down, would they eventually wear down faster? We could potentially face chronic conditions or illnesses caused by our bodies never getting the time it needs to repair. Now, think about the impact on work and productivity. Imagine a world without sleep where businesses could stay open 24/7, and cities would never sleep. That's an economy running on full speed, 24 hours a day. There would be no more closing time, no more weekends, no more time off to rest. But would this mean people work longer hours? Sure, there'd be more time to get things done, but would that translate into people becoming overworked? More time isn't always a good thing if it leads to burnout. Some might use this extra time for personal projects, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. But others might feel pressured to keep working, especially in highly competitive industries. Think about it: companies could expect non-stop production. And even in our personal lives, would we ever have time to just relax? Or would there be this constant pressure to be doing something productive at all hours? With no time to step back and breathe, our stress levels could skyrocket. In a world without sleep, what would the concept of balance even mean anymore? Is it possible to be efficient without losing our humanity? How about relationships? Without sleep, imagine how our social lives would transform. Nights would no longer be for rest, they could turn into extended hours for socializing, connecting, or even working. Some families might actually thrive with the extra time for bonding. No more rushing to bed early to get a good night's sleep. Dinner, movie nights, or spontaneous hangouts could last forever. But there's a downside to this, too. Imagine the opposite: our lives could get too busy. Without sleep, there'd be no natural reason to take a break. People could feel like there's no excuse to ever stop moving. Social relationships might suffer, as people would spend less time recharging and more time just pushing through. Burnout wouldn't just be a work issue, it would creep into our personal lives as well. What would this mean for our mental health and emotional well-being? In this sleepless society, relationships could shift. Parents might have more time with their kids, but could also feel pressured to keep up with everything else. Would romantic relationships become more about what can we achieve together rather than let's unwind together? In a world where no one ever needs to sleep, time would no longer be a limited resource, it would be a constant demand, pulling us in all directions. And what about the environment? With everyone awake all the time, the demand for energy would shoot up. There would need to be constant electricity to light up streets, power homes, and run businesses 24/7. Cities would constantly be bathed in artificial light. Our energy consumption would be through the roof. To meet this demand, we'd have to rely heavily on renewable energy sources, solar, wind, or hydroelectric power, because fossil fuels just wouldn't cut it. But here's the twist, even with renewable energy, we'd have a much larger environmental footprint. The more we consume, the greater the strain on our resources. Could we keep up with that demand without damaging the planet? How would the ecosystem balance out when every human being is constantly awake, consuming, and living life in overdrive? Economically, a world without sleep could experience a constant boom in productivity. Think about it, industries never close, and we'd be able to achieve more in a day than ever before. But that constant activity could come at a cost. While productivity skyrockets, what happens to the global economy when supply chains are working non-stop and resources are stretched thinner? Could a 24/7 economy be sustainable in the long run? Finally, let's talk about mental health. While having more time sounds great, humans might struggle without the natural breaks that sleep provides. Sleep is when our brains process emotions, reset, and consolidate memories. Without this time to offload, we might see a rise in mental health issues like anxiety and depression. In a world without sleep, how would our emotional health be impacted? Could we go on overdrive for too long without breaking down? Let's not forget about our dreams. Dreams are one of the most mysterious aspects of sleep. They're like the brain's playground for creativity, ideas, and subconscious thoughts. Without sleep, we might lose that burst of inspiration that comes from a vivid dream. Would we still be as creative without sleep to fuel that part of our brains? In a world without sleep, we'd have more waking hours, but would we be as imaginative, as intuitive, as we are when we dream? So, what do you think? Would life actually be better without sleep? Or does our world need that break to recharge and dream? Could we even survive, physically and mentally, without this natural reset? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us next time on Beyond the Norm for more mind-bending explorations. We've got a lot more in store, and we'd love for you to be part of this ride. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious, stay imaginative, and keep exploring the Beyond the Norm.